All right, so in this equation, we have x times x times x plus x is equal to 30. So my only variable here is x, so we know that we're going to solve for x. So for my solution, what I'm first going to do is start by subtracting 30 on both sides. So if I subtract 30 on both sides, I get x times x times x plus x minus 30 is equal to 0. Now from here, I can rewrite this as x to the power of 3 plus x minus 30 is equal to 0, because x times x times x is the same thing as x to the power of 3. And now, a lot of people would think this is a quadratic equation, but this is a power of 3, not a power of 2, meaning we can't use the quadratic formula to solve this equation, or we can't simply use the normal method of factoring. So to actually solve this, what I'm going to do is rewrite negative 30 as negative 27 minus 3. And the reason I did this is because 27 is the same thing as 3 to the power of 3. And notice how we have something to the power of 3 plus that same number and another something to the power of 3 minus that same number. So now I'm going to group the two powers of 3's. So I get x to the power of 3 minus 3 to the power of 3, plus I'm going to group the powers of 1, so plus x minus 3. Now from here, if I have something in the form a to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 3, this is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. So in this case, a is equal to x and b is equal to 3. So I get x minus 3 times x squared plus 3x plus 3 squared, which is 9, plus I have my x minus 3 at the end, is equal to 0. Now from here, notice how both of these terms have x minus 3 in them. So what I'm going to do is factor out x minus 3. So I get x minus 3 times x squared plus 3x plus 9 plus 1 is equal to 0. And this is equal to x minus 3 times x squared plus 3x plus 10 is equal to 0. And now I have two equations from this. I get x minus 3 is equal to 0 and x squared plus 3x plus 10 is equal to 0. So for x minus 3 equals 0, this is fairly simple. All I have to do is add 3 on both sides. So then these two cancel out, and I get x is equal to 3. So this is one solution of x. Now, for x squared plus 3x plus 10 is equal to 0, this is a quadratic equation, meaning I can use the quadratic formula to solve this. So recall that the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case, a is 1, b is 3, and c is 10. So I get x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 3 squared, which is 9, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 10, all over 2a, so 2 times 1. And now this is equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 minus 40 over 2, which is equal to negative 3 plus or minus the square root of negative 31 over 2. And negative 31 is the same thing, the square root of negative 31 is the same thing as the square root of 31 times the square root of negative 1. And if you guys already know, the square root of negative 1 is equal to the imaginary number I. So I get negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 31i over 2. And this is actually two solutions. X is equal to negative 3 plus the square root of 31i over 2, and x is equal to negative 3 minus the square root of 31i over 2. Now from here, going back, my original equation was x times x times x plus x minus 30 equals 0. Well, these two are complex solutions, so we can't really check them, and they are not actual solutions. But what we can check is 3. So if we plug in 3, we get 3 times 3 times 3 plus 3 is equal to 30, which turns into 27 plus 3 is equal to 30, and I get 30 is equal to 30. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to solve the equation 3 to the power of x is equal to 15. So my only variable in this equation is x, so that's what I'm going to be solving for. And now for my solution. So let me first start by rewriting my equation down here. So 3 to the power of x is equal to 15. And 15, I can rewrite this as 3 times 5. And now I'm going to take the log on both sides. So I get log of 3 to the power of x is equal to log of 3 times 5. And if I have something in the form log a times b, this is equal to log a plus log b. So log of 3 to the power of x, this is equal to log of 3 plus log 5. And if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can move the b to the front, so I get b times log a. So log 3 to the power of x, I can move this to the front, and I get x times log 3 is equal to log 3 plus log 5. So now from here, I'm going to divide both sides by log 3. So for my left-hand side, these two cancel out, and for my right-hand side, I get x is equal to log 3 plus log 5 over log 3. And this is the same thing as log 3 over log 3 plus log 5 over log 3. So log 3 and log 3, these two cancel out, so I get x is equal to 1 plus log 5 over log 3. Now, log 5 is equal to 0.6990, and log 3 is equal to 0.4771. So this is going to equal 1 plus 0.6990 over 0.4771. Now, 0.6990 over 0.4771 is equal to 1.4851. And 1 plus 1.4851 is equal to 2.4851. So this is my value of x. Now make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and thank you. Bye.